Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. You have me, the Rhino, and we're going to look at a beer from Shiner, Texas. We're going to look at the Spoitzel Brewing Company's Shiner Kosmos Reserve, and apparently the original owner of this brewery was Kosmos Spoitzel. So this is actually a beer bearing his name. He grew up in Bavaria, is what it's saying, and his German brewing carried him all the way to Egypt before he found his way to Shiner, Texas. It's a long way away from Egypt and Germany. Shiner, Texas. So, big Texas, little beer, little town. 4.5% alcohol is what Untapped says. I don't know what it actually is. It's a Texas brew. It doesn't have it on the bottle. Drink up what little water's left in there. Let's pour it in. Now, being a beer to give a cheers out to the original owner of the brewery, this is exactly what I expected it to be. Pretty much just a golden color. I'd say piss color, but it's not piss color. I mean, it's not pale enough. That's more like Allen's apple juice yellow. A little tiny touch of head on the top. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look bad. Okay. Smell? Exactly what you'd expect as well. It's giving you that straw, corn, slightly off-kilter smell that you get from basically every single European, well, not European, German export lager that comes into Canada, that comes into the US. You know what they smell like. Lowenbrau and Beck's and Radburger and all Pilsner or Kel. I know that's from the Czech, but I'm just giving you things from that region of the world. Just they all have that dirty, funky, weird smell to them. A lot of people find that amazing in their beer. And I'm not saying whether it's a good smell or a bad smell. I'm just saying that's what it reminds me of. Just every single beer that comes out of that region of the world, that comes out of Germany, that comes out of Bavaria, every exported lager from Germany. That's what I'm smelling when I smell this. Let's try it. Cheers. And that's what you're tasting. It just tastes like a German export lager. So, a touch of apple zest on the background, a touch of apple, a touch of just random dirtiness, even. Just a touch of random dirtiness is the best way to put it. It's not that it's dirty, it's just the way it finishes is just kind of dirty. It has that dirty, grassy finish that most Pilsners have. And it has that Munich malt forefront that most beers from Germany have. So it has exactly what you'd expect from it. That being said, is it something I really enjoy? Not particularly. I mean, it's light, it's easy drinking, it's crisp, it's wet, it's refreshing, it's low ABV, so you could session it. We all know that's not what I look for in my beer. I want bold flavors. I'm not getting that from this. That being said, I'm not saying it's a bad beer. It's not a bad beer. It actually is exactly what you'd expect it to be. Is there a reason to buy this? Well, if you guys live in the US and you want to support American, it's the best way to go for you, because this, if you like Lowenbrau and you like Beck's and you like I don't know what else, there's just so many of them. Daub, you like Daub, and you like all those beers. You like all those things, and you want to support American, and we're not talking support American by buying Beck's made in the U.S. We're talking support an American company. And again, not that Anheuser-Busch InBev does not employ American people to make their beer in America, but I'm saying you want all the money to stay in the U.S., this is a good way to go. Go get some Spoitzel Shiner Kosmos Reserve. Good way to go if those are the beers you like and you want to support local. This will probably be a little more expensive than buying Beck's or Lowenbrau or anything like that, or Daub. I don't know, what's a six pack of Daub and all that cost in the U.S. A six pack of this was $9.99. So a six pack of Daub, what? $8 maybe? $7.99? I don't know. You guys tell me. Because that tells you the price difference, and then it just comes down to how you want it to, well, what you want to support. And again, I bought this in New York State, so it's probably cheaper in Texas than in New York State, or it might be more expensive. I don't know what Texas liquor laws are like, but there's nothing to complain about this. It's just boring and bland for me. Just boring and bland. Not a bad beer. Boring and bland. But it is what you, once you know, see, when you first read it, right, and you see Kosmos Reserve, you're like, oh fuck, what could this be? This sounds kind of cool. Kosmos Reserve? Oh, and look at just how shiny and everything is. It just looks so beautiful. And then you realize what it is, and you're like, oh, okay. And you realize that for the most part, that's what this whole brewery is just a easy drinking German brewery. And then you sit back and you go, well, was it worth it? It was worth it to get to try it, but I won't ever drink it again on my own. If somebody brought it over, I could share a six-pack with them. I could. I don't want to, really. There's just too many beers in the world for me to settle on something like this, when I could settle on something like Cameron's Barrel-Aged Deviator Doppelbock, or Southern Tier's Pump King, or Innocent Gun, or whole plethora of other beers. Nickelbrook's Bolshevik Bastard, Nickelbrook's Old Kentucky Bastard, Nickelbrook's Green Apple Pilsner, Bo's Burnt Rock Vanilla Porter. Like the list goes on and on. I think Bellwood's Bring Out Your Dead, Bellwood's Wizard Wolf, I could go on with huge Goose Island Bourbon County Stout. Just so many beers that I could settle on to have something better than that. However, if that's your thing, if that's what you like, it's the perfect representation of it. It's a perfect representation of a German export lager. That being said, for what it is, for like a Euro export lager, I'd have to give it like an 8.5. For me personally, I'll have to give it a 5.5. I don't really ever want to drink it again, unless somebody else has paid for it, and even then, I don't really want to drink it again. Thank you guys. Bye.